and welcome back to my channel. If we haven't met before, my name is Shiv. Hello, if you're coming back then welcome. In today's video I have this soft glam look. I've done a lot of soft glam tutorials here on my channel already, however they do kind of vary from time to time as trends change or as products that I want to use change and things like that. I will link some of the other soft glam tutorials I have done down below if you are interested. But this is kind of inspired by a lot of Instagram like fashion people that I follow, the makeup that they've done when I've seen them do tutorials and things, and I've just taken little bits and pieces, I don't really know what happened there, from their kind of looks and just kind of integrated it in my own way, and I do love this look. I feel like these kind of Instagram looks, they focus a lot on like the blending and the detail and just making everything look super flawless. This is probably one of my favourite bases I've ever done, so I cannot wait to show you. But yeah, if you would like to see how I created this look and just kind of pick up some tips and tricks to get that kind of soft glam Instagram vibe, then please carry on watching. Before you do, please give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you're alerted when I upload a new video. I'd really appreciate it. Please go ahead and follow me on my socials. I'm shivonmakeupbiz on everything: Instagram, TikTok, Twitter and Facebook. And I hope that you all had a great new year. This is my first video for YouTube that I'm filming in 2021. How do we all feel? I hope you're all good, and let's just carry on into the video. Okay, I'm actually really excited to film today just because I feel like I'm slowly getting my filming and like creative mojo back just after stuff. Obviously it's up and down, but today is an up and we will take that up. But a few disclaimers. I just want to talk about my nails because yes, my hands are orange, I have just tanned, but my nails are going to fall off and they're going to look disgusting for the next month and a bit worth of content, so just bear with me. I can't rip them off because obviously it's going to damage my real nails, so I think I'm just going to have to let them grow off and fall off gradually, so please ignore these terrible talons. And yeah, that's that. Let's just continue. So I thought I would include my brows in this video just because I've had a few comments recently, and honestly I've barely been putting any product through the brows. All I use is this Pink Honey brow glue. This is the original Super Hold one. I used to use the Cola tint, but recently I prefer just having them looking like I've laminated them and not tinted, so I use this and it smells unreal. It smells like just sweet goodness, and all I do is take a wet spoolie, swirl it around the pot and then just brush up the brows and flatten them with my finger, and I just feel like it gives the most amazing like face lifting, brightening effect, and it's so easy to do. So I'm gonna take some water. This is the Revolution calming spray bottle, but it is just refilled with water that I use to spray on like spoolies and things. So I'm just gonna open this up. It's really hard to hold products for Instagram because my nails look so gross, and obviously you can see my nails. So all I'm gonna do is just spray this spoolie with some water, and I just clean these, I don't get rid of them, in the sink just with water, and the soap rinses out. Just spraying that with some water. Then I'm just going to go into the Pink Honey brow glue. It has a hole so you can put your spoolie in. They're not like wasting your product or anything. And you just swirl the brush till you've got like a good amount on there. Like when I first tried to do soap brows, my mistake was I used way too much water, and then you would end up using too much soap to like counteract that, and then it would just look like a mess and stuff. So the key is just a little bit of water and some patience and just practice, and I feel like it's my favourite look. I've seen pictures where I just fill in my brows and I much prefer the soap brow look. So what I'm going to do is just pull upwards on my brow. I'm trying also not to like over groom my brows. I kind of actually like it when there's a few like strays recently. I don't know, I just feel like I like the look. So I'm just pulling upwards in the direction that I want the brows to go. My brow hairs are quite coarse, so I have to kind of pull a little bit. Then once you started to get a good shape, just use your finger to flatten down the brow. And you can go ahead and like fill in any sparse areas with like a brow powder or pomade or anything like that. I just kind of like the way it looks just like this. If you look at the difference, I've kind of brushed these hairs up anyway, but you can kind of see it's just more structured and just up. So now I've done the other brow, there's a little bit of like soapy residue. I think it's really important to get rid of this because when you do eye makeup, today doesn't matter too much because I'm doing very basic eyeshadow, but if you're doing more intricate makeup, what you'll find is that when you put product on top, it will go a little bit cakey. So I'm going to take some micellar water and a cotton bud and just use this to clean it up. So I'm just loading it up with some micellar water, and then I'm just gonna go underneath the arch like of my brow, just on the skin, just to kind of remove any excess product on that area, and sort of like just around the top of the brow as well. I just like that kind of like messy sort of bushy brow look. Then I'm just doing the same on the other eye. Now usually I'd go on to do my eyes first, but because of the type of makeup look I have in mind, there's no need to do that. So I'm gonna zoom you out and go onto the face. Now I'm going to kind of prime the skin, and I'm gonna take the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. This is in the shade 3. I never really used to understand this product. I thought it was just a liquid illuminator, but it's kind of like an all-in-one. You have like a primer, very, very light coverage, and then the illuminator. And it's just really nice to put underneath foundation. Like even if you're wearing full coverage foundation, it just adds that just smoothness to the skin. I can't explain it. It's just amazing and I highly recommend. I am going to be using a few Charlotte Tilbury products just because I've kind of collected them recently and I just wanted to use them, so that's what I'm going to be doing. So I'm just going to pop this on all over the skin, and then I'm going to blend it out with a Peaches Makeup PC16 brush. So I'm just going to pop that directly onto the skin and then just blend it out with a Peaches brush. I've been loving putting primer on with this brush recently. I just feel like it just feels nicer on the skin. I wouldn't say it's necessary to do it with a brush, but it just feels nice. Look at that luminosity it gives to the skin, and that's with two massive studio lights and a ring light, which tends to like wash out the shine of a lot of things. But like, look at that luminosity it gives to the skin. This would even just be so nice just on bare skin with a little bit of concealer. It's such a nice product. I know a lot of people who, when they use like tan, who are like my skin tone, they'll use shade 4, so I might get that eventually. Absolutely love this product. Like, it honestly, it really is just worth the hype. Like, I just can't explain it. It just makes your skin look incredible, and makeup sits amazingly on top of it. Onto foundation, I have the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation. This is in the shade 6 and I love this foundation. It just, again, makes my skin look amazing, super full coverage. I'm going to be putting it on with my Morphe contour and a highlight sponge, which I recently just put through the washing machine, and it looks brand new. So there's a little tip for you. So I'm going to pop this all over the skin, no rhyme or reason, just making sure it's really even. Then I'll blend it down my neck as well. I'm going to leave out the eye area because I'm going to be priming that separately, so it will look a little bit weird. Am I? No, I'm going to put a light layer of foundation across the lid just so it blends in, but a very, very light layer of foundation across the eye, heavy across the rest of the face. Starting off with like 2 pumps, and I'm going to add a little bit more because why not? It's not harming anyone. I'm in such a weird mood because I'm just like excited to film. Pop that all across the skin. And then I'm going to take whatever's left on the sponge, just very lightly across the lids, just so it blends in seamlessly. For concealer, I'm actually going to use a mixture of concealers. I've got a little bit of this one left, which is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in the shade Almond. I'm going to use this as like the main concealer, and then I'm going to use another really bright one just to highlight right on that inner corner of my eyes. So I'm going to start off with this, pop it on the forehead, under the eyes, and the chin. And then I'm going to blend it out with the Morphe sponge. A little tip if you do end up getting like product in your brows, if you're doing soap brows, just take a little bit of the micellar water, like a tiny bit, and just gently wipe over them, and it will get rid of any excess like foundation that's gone in the brows. Pulling that concealer out a little bit. Because I want to make the skin like my absolute flawless base. I know I have a ton of product on, it's super full coverage as it is, I don't need any more concealer, but I want to put it on. So I'm going to take the Fenty Beauty 120 concealer. I don't use this often because when I bought it, I was like, yeah, perfect, really bright under eye highlight, and didn't realise, okay, like this is incredibly bright. So I'm literally just going to pop this right in that very inner corner, like a little dot right here and there, and then I'm going to blend out with a sponge. And this will just help to really brighten that area up, but I won't put it underneath the whole eye area because it will just be too contrasting with the tan part of my skin, if that makes any sense. Literally right in that very inner corner, and then of course blend it out with the same sponge. Now onto cream contour. I'm going to take my Huda Beauty Light Tan Tool. This is my favourite cream contour product I think I've ever tried. It's just so easy to blend and it's like the perfect tone. This is in the shade Light. They do a variety of shades. I'm going to apply it to the bigger areas with this old skinny foundation brush from Real Techniques. So under the cheek, under the jaw, just sculpt that out across the forehead. And then I'm going to use this like smaller concealer brush, which is from Eyeshadow, to go down the nose. I'm going to blend that into the brow bone, and we're going to do a little bit of nose contouring. So I'm going to start off with the face part. It's blue sky today. Lovely. Just puts me in such a better mood. Okay, so it's going to sculpt them cheekbones. And across the forehead. And under the jaw. And then I'm going to take that smaller concealer brush, remove the piece of fluff that's on it, and go down my nose and just bringing it into the brow. Then I'm going to blend out the face contour first with this So Ava 110 Face Shape Brush, putting that back into the hairline. And then I'm going to take a smaller brush to blend out the nose. I don't contour my nose enough. I feel like I need to do it more. It just makes your face look so like snatched, like structured. Going to take a teeny little bit of the Too Faced concealer and just kind of pop that in. The very centre of the nose. Like I need to like lift it a bit. Just tapping that in with my finger. Don't want to move the product around too much because I just obviously spent ages contouring the nose. That's helped. And then I'm just going to take the brush that I have the contour just to kind of smooth that down. Next is powder. I'm going to do some very light baking. I'm not going to do loads because I feel like it kind of makes my skin look a little bit cakey just because I have a bit of texture. But I'm just going to pop a little bit under the eyes and then under the contour, let it sit for a second, and then just powder the whole face. And I'm going to take the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm just taking it on my sponge to start off with, and then I will dust it off with the Spectrum Collections brush. I'm just going to remove like any creasing on the lines under my eye. Okay, so I just loaded up my sponge with powder. As you can see, I'm not really doing loads, I'm just concentrating it right underneath the eye. And then I'm also just going to use this to go under my contour. Okay, and then I'm just going to go into the powder with my brush as I would normally to set the face and also knock off this bake. My face looks flawless, I'm just going to put that out there. It's probably my favourite base I think I've ever done. I think it's just because I'm taking so much time on each step, as well as obviously the products being amazing. Now I'm going to do some powder contouring, and I'm going to take the shade Toasted Almond from this Lorac Pro Sculpt and Glow palette. So I'm taking this shade right here, and I'm just going to go on top of what I'd already done with the cream contour just to kind of enhance it a little bit. And I'm going to take a BH Studio Pro No. 3 brush. I love this brush for contouring. And then down the sides of the nose, I'll just take this brush from Loella Cosmetics. This is the L07, and I'm just going to go on top of the nose area. Oh, this is a nice powder contour. It's nice and smooth and a nice kind of warmish tone. I know you're typically supposed to contour with cool tones, but I just like the way a warm tone looks. And then just taking the same shade with the kind of eyeshadow blending brush. For bronzer, I'm going to be taking the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is just the medium one, I think. I don't know, I think it's just the medium tone. And I'm going to bronze up my face using this brush, which is from Look Good, Feel Better. I believe the money goes to breast cancer, but I'll have the info in the description box below. I've had this brush a while and I haven't used it yet. It's actually super soft, like really soft, but I thought I could use this for my bronzer, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to bronze up where I would normally bronze and just a little bit across the nose and down the neck and all that good stuff. This bronzer, by the way, smells amazing. It smells of holidays and happiness. For blush, I'm going to go back to the Lorac Pro palette, and I'm going to take this beautiful like peachy colour, which is a matte blush. Perfect, I love a matte blush. This is called Cabana, and I'm going to pop this onto the cheeks. This is a Zoeva 126 Luxe Cheek Finish brush. Just pop that on, just tapping off the excess on the back of my hand as well. This is a pretty blush, nice and peachy. Before I set the face, I'm going to do the shadow just because I kind of want to put the powder on there first. I was originally going to pop the P. Louise base on, but now I've gone over it with concealer and a tiny bit of powder, I kind of feel like I don't need to for this type of look. So I'm just going to jump straight into the shadow. So I'm going to start off with the Zoeva Cocoa Blend palette. Now, I actually wanted this ages ago. It's just a beautiful, like warm neutrals kind of palette. It's really gorgeous. And this came out years ago and was like a staple in so many people's like makeup collections. Unfortunately, because of Debenham shutting down, they were having a huge closing down sale online. I will try and link it down below if they're still having a sale, but I managed to pick this up for like £6, so I highly recommend picking it up while you can and while they have stock and everything like that in the UK if you are watching outside of the UK. I actually used to work in Debenham, so it's quite sad. And I can now say that because I don't work there anymore. But yeah, so the first shade that I'm going to take is the shade Bitter Start, which is this matte off-white bone shade, and I'm just going to dust that very lightly all across the lid just to make sure it is completely matte and there's a good kind of surface to work on. And I'm just going to take a bunch of fluffy brushes. I'm just going to start off with a Zoeva 228, the writing scratched off. I think this is like just 228 blender brush. I don't know what this is actually called. Just as 228. So I'm going to dust that all across the lid. Literally no precision, just very light wash. Then I'm going to take a Morphe M513, another blending brush, and I'm going to take the shade Substitute for Love, which is this mid brown. It actually has a little bit of shimmer in, but it's the tiniest bit of shimmer. I don't think it will matter. And I'm just going to pop that lightly through the crease. I'm bringing that out a little bit. And then just kind of like pulling it upwards. And then I'm going to take this Morphe Madison Beer brush, which is like a denser blending brush, and I'm going to take the shade Freshly Toasted, which is this warmer dark brown right here, and I'm going to deepen up the kind of outer corner of the eye, just on the socket area and the outer corner. Bringing that inward, but I'm like not being precise. Then I'll take the brush that had the Substitute for Love, the lighter brown, and just blend it over the top of this. Now I'm going to do a wing, but with no liner, and I've been loving these looks on Instagram where they literally just do like a wing with shadow. I've done like a few variations of these Instagram type makeup looks on my channel just as kind of like the trends change, I guess, but yeah, I just really like it. So I'm going to take the shade Beans Are White. It's a very strange name for a shadow, but it's this one right here. It's a dark brown shade. This kind of like, it's a little bit cool tone, but it's just a dark brown matte shade. I'm going to take a thin liner brush. This is from one of the Morphe collections. I've lost track at this point, and I'm just going to do a very small wing, only to about halfway across my eye. Start just by pushing that into the lash line. Remember, only about halfway across. And then I'm just going to make that wing shape. Right, at the base of my random blonde eyelash that I have in the middle of my eye. I don't know if you can see that, it's just so weird, it always goes back blonde. I'm just going to take my powder brush. There's not really much fallout, there's just a few dots. Dust that out of the way. I am just going to pop a liner through the waterline. This is a brown, and this is the Morphe Bar Pencil. I'm just going to pop it through the waterline. Love that sound. Should we do it again? Let's do it again. Ah, love it. I don't know why, it just satisfies me. I'm testing out a new mascara, which is the Revolution 5D Lash, and I want to do an Instagram reel, and I feel like it will look better if I've got my lips on before, so I'm going to do my lips before. That's why. There's a reason behind this madness. I'm now going to do my lips, which I'm super excited about. I'm actually using one of my Christmas presents. I got given the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk like gift set thing, which came with 4 lipsticks, 4 lip products even. So you get the Lip Cheat Lip Liner, which is a travel size lip liner in the shade Pillow Talk. It's all the shade Pillow Talk. The full size Pillow Talk lipstick, Collagen Lip Bath, which is like a lip gloss, and then the Jewel Lip Gloss. But I'm not going to use those lip glosses, I'm actually using a different gloss just because I want to. So I'm going to start off with the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip liner, which I'm using for the first time and I'm very excited. Kind of reminds me of MAC's Boldly Bare lip liner. Yeah, I like it. It goes on nice and smoothly. Now for the lipstick, which I'm super excited about, and how beautiful is this packaging. So I'm going to pop this on. Loving that lipstick. Now I'm going to take the Iconic London Plumping Gloss in the shade Love Struck. Basically, I have tons of Instagram crushes just through lockdown, just like finding new accounts to follow, and I saw a Instagram account, Miss Rachel Alice, and she uses the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lipstick and this gloss, and I just love it. So I basically copied her with this lip combo. So yeah, I'm going to pop this on and I'm very excited. That lip gloss is nice. It has like a pepperminty like flavour smell. Like I can feel peppermint. That's nice. I like it. Okay, now I'm going to finish the eyes. So I'm just going to give my lashes a little curl with these Shein eyelash curlers. Now I'm going to go in with the 5D Lash Mascara from Revolution, which I am going to try out. It's very like short bristles. Ooh, okay, thick lashes. Got a few dots on my lid, but I'll clean that up after. Do my lower lashes as well. Yeah, this mascara is insane. Like, look at the difference. I'm going to let that dry and then just knock off like the mascara that's gone on the lid with a cotton bud. Now I'm going to pop some lashes on, but I'm actually going to chop them in half and just put them on the outer corners. These are the Laroque Luxury Silk Lashes in the style Bunny. They're kind of like slightly bigger in the middle, which is perfect to cut them in the middle so you'll have the nice flare on the outer edge. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut them halfway through and then just pop them on the outer edge. Nearly done. Now I'm just going to set this all into place with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. And then just fan that dry. And then to finish off the look, I'm going to go into the Laroque Pro Sculpt and Glow palette again and take a little bit, like a teeny bit of the shade Bobby Dazzler, this kind of champagne-y gold highlight right here, and just pop a little bit of that just on the very high points of my cheekbone. To spritz my brush with a little bit of the setting spray just to help pick up the shimmer. And I'm just popping that on the very high point of my cheek. And this is the finished makeup look. I've been filming for a couple hours, but it's just because I've been filming Instagram, TikTok at the same time. But I could definitely do this makeup look in 45 minutes. It's so nice. And I actually really love that half lash kind of effect at the outer corner. It just really like lifts the eye and just makes it look super like flirty. I love it. So yeah, I'm really happy with this look. I've kind of filled you in on my thoughts on products along the way, but I do love this lip combo. And that lip gloss is lovely. It's not super sticky either, which is lovely. My hair's bugging me. Cannot wait to get it done again. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I hope you've kind of picked up some tips and tricks along the way. It was nice to kind of just play around with makeup and really take my time on like every single step. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. It really does mean the absolute world. Be sure to hit the notification bell so you're alerted when I upload a new video. I'm doing 2 to 3 uploads a week. Also follow me on my socials, which are shivonmakeupbiz on everything. I'd really appreciate it, and also I do hope that you like the content that I put up. My camera cut me off. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I shall see you next time. Bye! I feel like I'm slowly getting my like foundation. I have the shade What?